Hi, this is Cheri Britton, and I am submitting to you this video for consideration for the TEDx thing that you're doing this year on breakthroughs. And the topic that I want to talk to you about is lowering the bar so we can raise the roof. I've been looking and studying for a while what's been going on in our culture, and I think that we have been systematically asking people to be something that they can't be, that this pursuit of perfection is in fact killing us. In fact, I think that if we were to look at in this time and culture, we are sicker than ever, more unhealthy, more mentally unhealthy, physically unhealthy, financially unhealthy, all these things. At the same time, we've been having forced upon us this idea that this is the goal, that we should look a certain way, we should have a certain amount of income, we should have all these certain standards that are so high, and this disparity is crazy. It's crazy. And either subconsciously or even consciously, we have been collectively buying into this belief that the bar needs to be here, and if we're not there, then somehow we are less than. And so if I taught, and I'll tell you, the breakthrough for me came when I realized that I had really bought into this. It was when my two kids were born. I have two kids with special needs, and I would find myself on the soccer field, and one kid would be running this way, my kid, and everybody else's would be going this way. Or we would have these things in preschool and in school that they just weren't doing like everybody else. And yet me and a lot of others were trying to hold a bar up here for them, when in reality that was the wrong bar. That was the wrong bar, and they were miserable and I was miserable, and even then I wasn't able to see their strength. So I have been really realizing that this idea of the expectation has got to go. So I have 5 things that I would propose if I were on the stage at the TEDx, ways for us to systematically lower the bar. Number 1, quit comparing ourselves. We compare as a culture. There's a quote in Brene Brown's book that says, comparison is the thief of happiness. Amen. So quit comparing. Find connection, not commiseration. We'll talk a little bit about how we've got to find others that support us in being who we are. Not the perfect us, but who we are. That we would can the negative talk. That we would get rid of all this internal bullying that we do that is so unkind. Then we would learn how to have compassion for ourselves and compassion for what we don't do well, and be okay with that. And then 5th, I would talk about the power of humor, what I call cracking up instead of cracking down. How can we find the funny in the things that happen in our life? That more laughter and more fun that we find helps us lower the bar. So I'm not a researcher, but I have a hunch, and I might even be able to find some research if I'm chosen to speak here, that says that if we lower this bar down here, that in some ways we will in fact be able to exceed our expectations because they're more realistic. They're built on our strengths. So in fact, lowering the bar, we might be able to raise our self-esteem, raise our income, raise our children, raise a little cane, raise the glass, and raise the roof. So I hope that you'll consider letting me share my breakthrough moment in Greenville. Thank you so much.